Former Browns coach Bruce Arians defends Shedeur Sanders as Rex Ryan sparks controversy. The Cleveland Browns quarterback saga has become one of the strangest storylines of the NFL season. What began as a routine press conference spiraled into a national debate, pitting media figures against each other and forcing former coaches to weigh in on the role of Shedeur Sanders, the Browns' third-string quarterback, who suddenly finds himself at the center of controversy. At the heart of the drama is a single question. Why was a rookie third-stringer fielding questions like a franchise star? And why did his response, or lack thereof, strike such a nerve with analysts across the country? A press conference that didn't make sense. Shedeur Sanders stood before reporters, silent for long stretches, mouthing answers in an odd, almost performative fashion. It wasn't a typical rookie media session. Instead, it felt like an act designed to challenge critics, specifically Rex Ryan, who had gone after Sanders earlier in the week with one of his signature takedowns. The moment was jarring. Sanders hadn't played a snap in the Browns' most recent game, yet he was holding court as if he were a central figure in the team's storyline. His silence wasn't the confident poise of a leader. It was a response designed to send a message. But what message? That's the exact point that Bruce Arians, the former Browns offensive coordinator and Super Bowl-winning coach, seized on when he joined Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show. "Why is the third quarterback getting interviewed?" Arians asked bluntly. He had nothing to do with the game. For Arians, the problem wasn't Sanders himself. It was the Browns' decision to even put him in front of cameras in the first place. Bruce Arians calls out. The Browns' Arians didn't mince words. He dismissed the entire moment as a clicks ploy, pointing out that Sanders' charisma is undeniable, but charisma alone doesn't justify a press conference. "It's all for clicks," Arians said. "He's a heck of a personality, but the personality can't come out until you do something on the field." The criticism cut deeper than just one awkward media session. Arians argued that the Browns' media relations team had failed their young quarterback. "Whoever's running their media relations should turn that down," he said. "It's a big week for Dillon Gabriel and a big week for the Browns." I mean, making that transition, for him, Sanders, to even be available to the press, I don't know why he's doing it. For Arians, this wasn't about silencing Sanders. It was about protecting him. The NFL is a league that thrives on controversy, and young players are particularly vulnerable. A misstep in front of the cameras can spiral into a narrative that overshadows their actual performance. You have to protect young players from themselves. From the circus, Arians stressed. The reality check. That metaphorical circus has been real for Sanders. Just a few weeks ago, Browns general manager Andrew Berry compared Sanders' transition from college to the NFL to someone learning Mandarin after already being fluent in English. It's a steep learning curve, one that doesn't lend itself to sound bites or self-promotion. The Browns have already seen both sides of Sanders' potential. In the preseason, he tossed 2 touchdowns against the Carolina Panthers, offering a glimpse of the talent that made him a college football superstar. But the following week, he was sacked 5 times by the Los Angeles Rams, a brutal reminder that the NFL punishes mistakes with unforgiving swiftness. A record-setting college star Shedeur. Sanders didn't arrive in Cleveland as just another rookie. His college resume was historic. He rewrote the record books at Colorado, throwing 134 career touchdown passes and setting the NCAA mark for most consecutive games. 46, with at least one touchdown throw. It's the kind of production that makes fans and analysts wonder how long it will take for that success to translate to the pros. Sanders himself has no shortage of confidence. Last week, he boldly declared, "If you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that." Those words lit a fire, and Rex Ryan was quick to pour gasoline on it. Rex Ryan strikes back Rex. Ryan, never one to bite his tongue, ripped Sanders on ESPN's Get Up. "This kid talks and he runs his mouth," Ryan said with visible frustration. "Quit being an embarrassment that way." But Ryan didn't stop there. He went for the jugular. "You've got the talent to be the quarterback," he added. "You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now." Ryan's criticism was as much about maturity as it was about talent. To him, Sanders' comments rang hollow for a player who hadn't yet proven himself on the NFL stage. Did Sanders invite the storm? Bruce Arians may be right that the Browns shouldn't have put Sanders in front of reporters, but it's also true that Sanders himself helped create the controversy. By publicly asserting that he could outplay current NFL starters, he invited the kind of pushback Ryan delivered. When the Browns announced Dillon Gabriel as the starting quarterback over veteran Joe Flacco, the media's attention naturally drifted toward Sanders. After all, here was a rookie who had just proclaimed himself ready for the big stage. Reporters wanted to know, did he still believe it? Instead of clarity, Sanders responded with theatrics. Silence, smirks, and gestures replaced straightforward answers. What was supposed to be a press conference became performance art. Stefanski stays firm head coach Kevin Stefanski has refused to entertain the noise. When pressed on why Sanders wasn't elevated to QB2, Stefanski gave the kind of clipped, no-nonsense answers he's known for. Flacco is the backup, Stefanski said. The team's focus is on the next game. No more, no less. It was classic coach speak designed to shut down the narrative before it could spiral further. But as any Browns fan knows, quarterback controversies in Cleveland rarely fade quietly. Arians' final advice for all the noise. Arians' message to Sanders was simple and direct. Stay ready. Just keep growing, he urged. Go to practice every day, work hard, and when your time comes, be ready. Arians acknowledged that Sanders showed flashes of brilliance in the preseason opener before struggling mightily the following week. That inconsistency is exactly why preparation is everything. Make sure that you're preparing to be the starter every single week, Arians advised. The bigger picture, in many ways. This controversy says more about the Browns than it does about Sanders. The team has cycled through quarterbacks for decades, each new face arriving with hope only to leave with frustration. Sanders may represent the future, but for now, he's a developmental project. The Browns need stability at quarterback, and Dillon Gabriel has been handed the keys for now. Flacco remains the veteran insurance policy. Sanders is the long-term gamble. But thanks to one bold statement and an unusual press conference, the rookie has found himself in the middle of a media storm. Whether he embraces that spotlight or learns to step back from it may define how quickly he climbs Cleveland's depth chart. A clash of eras. What makes this saga compelling is the clash of perspectives. Rex Ryan represents the old-school, tough-love approach. You earn respect by producing on the field, not by talking. Bruce Arians, while critical of the media decision, still sees potential in Sanders, so long as he does the work quietly and diligently. Sanders himself represents a new generation of athletes who blend confidence, personality, and brand building with on-field ambition. In today's NFL, where social media amplifies every statement, those qualities can make a player a star or a target. Conclusion: a test of patience for now. Shedeur Sanders remains Cleveland's third-string quarterback. But he's also a reminder of the franchise's perpetual quarterback drama. His talent is undeniable, his confidence unshakable, and his spotlight moments, both good and bad, impossible to ignore. Whether this latest controversy becomes a footnote in his rookie season or the spark of something bigger depends on how Sanders responds. Will he double down on bold proclamations, or will he take Arians' advice to quietly prepare for the moment when the Browns finally call his number? One thing is certain. In Cleveland, the quarterback story is never dull, and Shedeur Sanders has already written himself into the latest chapter, whether he was ready or not.